In January 2025, Vogue dropped an AI-generated cover. No model, no makeup, no camera, just code. And suddenly the fashion world is asking, is this innovation or extinction? Because if Vogue is replacing real beauty with bots, what's left of fashion at all? We've got 7 minutes to answer 7 questions. Let's do this. What is this feeling? Like, why does this look wrong? Why am I so unsettled? Like her face looks perfect, but there's something off. Well, you're not alone. The internet was divided. Was this the future of fashion or the end of real beauty? Vogue's cover racked up 4.8 million likes and counting, but that didn't stop the backlash. It triggered a firestorm of debate. And it wasn't just random people voicing their opinions. It was some of the biggest names in fashion. Designers, creators, and tastemakers who have shaped the industry for decades. They had strong words for Vogue's AI cover. So what exactly were they so riled up about? Why did this seemingly innocuous cover send shockwaves through the fashion world? To understand their reaction, we need to dig a little deeper into the heart of fashion. So before we get into their exact words, let's unpack what fashion truly means. Fashion is more than just clothing. It's a reflection of our time, our culture, our identity, our emotions, our values, our story. It's a language without words. And who are the poets of this language? The models, the photographers, the designers, the stylists, the makeup artists, the hairdressers. These are the poets of fashion. And how do they communicate this poetic language? Through imperfections, through flaws, through the unique tapestry of human experiences that make each individual, each piece, each moment, truly one of a kind. So, when Vogue replaced these poets with algorithms, when they replaced the poetry of fashion with perfectly rendered images devoid of human touch, it wasn't just a shift in aesthetic. It was a rupture in the very essence of fashion. It was the machine taking over the poet's canvas, stripping away the beauty of imperfection, the charm of authenticity. And now that we've established the gravity of the situation, let's examine the statements that shook the fashion world. As the sea of criticism swelled, the tide of public opinion began to turn. The first voice that needs to be heard is that of the esteemed designer John Galliano. He decried the use of AI, terming it creative genocide, a phrase that resonated with many. If AI replaces the unique vision of creative minds, we risk losing the diversity of perspectives that make fashion thrive. It's a valid concern that echoes the sentiment of many traditional fashion icons. Next, we have the legendary stylist Joe Perez, a name synonymous with fashion excellence. He described Vogue's AI experiment as nothing less than corporate cosplay, a term that perfectly encapsulates the disconnect between the spirit of fashion and the cold precision of artificial intelligence. Stylists pour their heart and soul into every project. They become curators of self-expression, weaving narratives through clothing, color, and texture. And when that process is automated, it becomes a mere imitation of the art form. But it wasn't just about the loss of human touch. The health of the fashion industry itself came under scrutiny. Take, for instance, R.A.F. Simons, a designer whose work has redefined modern fashion. His take was blunt and direct. The use of AI by Vogue would lead to the demise of real fashion. That statement, while dramatic, points to a crucial point. Fashion thrives on the interplay between tradition and innovation. When innovation overshadows tradition, when technology takes precedence over craftsmanship, the soul of fashion begins to fade. And then there was the camp of cautious optimism. Those who saw the potential of AI while acknowledging the importance of human creativity. Riccardo Tisci, known for his blend of tradition and modernity, commented on AI's ability to push boundaries, but only if guided by human vision. This sentiment was echoed by Steve Salter, a champion of sustainability in fashion, who emphasized the need for balance between embracing technology and preserving the artisanal heritage of the fashion world. Now, what's fascinating about this entire episode is how deeply it cuts across the fashion world. Every designer, every stylist, every commentator brings a unique perspective shaped by years of experience, passion, and dedication to the field. Their unified message, however, was clear. Fashion isn't just about aesthetics. It's a reflection of our shared humanity, our evolving culture, and our enduring creativity. In the face of technological advancements, it's a call to preserve the human element, the soul of fashion, that makes it more than just a means of self-expression. It's a celebration of life itself. As the dust settles on this debate, one thing is clear. The fashion world isn't ready to surrender its creative core to algorithms. There's a deep appreciation for the role of AI in pushing boundaries, but that appreciation comes with a demand for control. A demand to ensure that AI enhances, doesn't erase the human touch. So as we stand at this crossroads of tradition and technology, the question isn't about which side to choose. It's about how to integrate, how to evolve, and how to innovate without sacrificing the very essence that makes fashion timeless. The answer, it seems, lies in the harmonious blend of human creativity and artificial innovation. In the midst of this cultural earthquake, one question looms large. What is Vogue thinking? Behind every groundbreaking cover, there's a team of editors, curators of trends, tastemakers, storytellers. Their choices reflect more than just current affairs. They shape conversations, challenge norms, and influence perceptions. So what was the driving force behind Vogue's decision? What led them to cast AI as the star of their cover? First, we need to understand Vogue's evolution. For over 130 years, they've set the pace for the fashion world. But the path to staying relevant is paved with adaptation. And in the era of AI, standing still means falling behind. So Vogue took a leap into the unknown, a leap that blurred the line between tradition and tomorrow. But why? Why take this leap? Why risk upsetting the very core of their audience? Well, the answer lies in the very nature of Vogue. They've always pushed boundaries, challenged conventions, and embraced what's next. From breaking racial barriers to promoting body positivity, they've used their platform to spark conversations and dismantle stereotypes. So their AI cover wasn't just a fashion statement, it was a commentary. A commentary on the times we live in, where algorithms influence our choices, where data shapes our realities, and where technology blurs the lines of what's real and what's us rendered. It was a mirror reflecting our changing world, a world where AI is no longer the future, but an integral part of the present. And yet, despite the progressive stance, the backlash was intense. The fashion world wasn't ready to accept AI as the face of beauty, as the embodiment of style. And Vogue found itself at the eye of a storm. Amidst the turmoil, Vogue made a move that surprised many. They issued a statement, an explanation, a defense. Now, typically when brands find themselves in the crosshairs of public opinion, they often double down, sticking firmly to their guns. But Vogue chose a different path. They chose dialogue. They reached out to Lil Miquela, an AI influencer, and asked her to curate a diverse range of voices. And that's when things got interesting. Instead of presenting a monolithic view, Vogue opened their platform to a multitude of perspectives, amplifying the voices that were often drowned out in the initial outcry. And then came the masterstroke, a tribute to the late Karl Lagerfeld, a man who personified the intersection of tradition and innovation in fashion. It was a subtle nod, a gentle reminder of how Vogue has consistently championed evolution within the fashion space. With this series of moves, Vogue didn't just navigate the crisis. They elevated it, turning a potential PR disaster into a nuanced conversation about representation. Technology and the ever-evolving landscape of fashion, they prove that in the world of fashion, as in life, adaptability isn't a compromise. It's a testament to resilience, a celebration of diversity, and a commitment to staying true to the zeitgeist. But amidst the flurry of opinions, one question reverberates. Does the diversity celebrated by Vogue extend beyond the pixels of their screens? Does this virtual representation translate into tangible change within the fashion industry structure? And more importantly, will these changes endure? Proving that Vogue's vision isn't just a fleeting trend, but a lasting transformation. The fashion industry is vast. It's a labyrinth of designers, brands, photographers, and influencers. Each brings a unique perspective, shaping trends, challenging norms, and defining aesthetics. But beneath this dynamic surface lies a system that's traditionally favored the privileged few. Diversity in fashion isn't just about representation. It's about inclusion, accessibility, and celebrating the myriad facets of beauty that exist within us all. So how can we ensure that AI-driven diversity goes beyond the glossy pages of magazines and translates into real change? It starts with representation. The fashion industry has historically lacked diversity in all forms: race, gender, size, age, and even socioeconomic background. AI presents a unique opportunity to change that. Imagine a runway show that celebrates the beauty of people of all colors, shapes and sizes, all ethnicities, all ages, all backgrounds. And imagine an algorithm that doesn't just recognize this diversity, but champions it, showcasing it on the most prestigious platforms. Then there's inclusion. AI can break down barriers, making fashion more accessible to everyone regardless of ability. Whether it's adaptive clothing or inclusive sizing, AI can help reimagine fashion for the many, not the few. But perhaps the most significant contribution of AI to diversity in fashion is accessibility. AI can democratize fashion, making it more affordable, more customizable, and more sustainable. And it's not just about clothes, it's about shattering stereotypes. It's about redefining beauty standards and celebrating the uniqueness that makes each of us special. So the question isn't just about representation, inclusion, or accessibility. It's about dismantling the very notion of exclusion in fashion. If Vogue is serious about embedding AI-driven diversity into the fabric of fashion, it needs to be a catalyst for change. It needs to ensure that the algorithms it embraces are inclusive, representative, and shatter the glass ceilings that have long plagued the industry. The road ahead is clear, but the journey is ours to embark on. We must hold the torch of diversity high, ensuring that the digital revolution in fashion doesn't just illuminate the catwalks, but illuminates the lives of every individual who seeks to express themselves through the myriad forms of beauty. Now it's your turn. Drop your thoughts in the comments section below. Let's keep this conversation going. And if you want to dive even deeper into the world of AI and technology, don't forget to hit subscribe.